They told him to turn around and put his hands on top of his head, and once he did that, he complied. They just started firing. Gotcha. And then after he was shot, they actually handcuffed him.
Continue praying for my nephew and my sister.
At 2:41 on October 6th, the Kia Soul SUV with Jaheim McMillian riding as a passenger pulls into the Family Dollar parking lot on Pass Road in Gulfport. This dash camera shows the police car following right behind. McMillian in the red shirt and another passenger run out of the passenger side. In real time, shots are fired 6 seconds after McMillian got out of the vehicle. The body camera footage shows how quickly it unfolded from the officer's perspective.
Stop! Stop it!
3 seconds after getting out of his car, the officer fired. Here is the same body camera video edited by the investigating agency. It is zoomed in, slowed down, and stilled. The officer said he believed the object circled in McMillian's right hand was a firearm. The Department of Public Safety also provided an edited version of the dash camera video. The footage stopped here with an arrow pointing to Jaheim's right hand holding a gun. He and another passenger run in front of the vehicle towards the store. The video is stopped again, and you can more clearly see the gun. McMillian then changes directions he's running. The gun is circled again. The shots are fired by the officer when McMillian gets in front of the store doors. 8 shots in total were fired. Several bullet holes were left in the storefront glass. 2 minutes after the shots were fired, the officer calls for medical support.
236 Gulfport. Go ahead and send use this way. Roll AMR as well.
The fire department and AMR arrived on scene 9 minutes after the gunfire.
He's over there. He's got handcuffs on. I'm still seeing
9 minutes later, nearly 20 minutes after he was shot, McMillian was taken away on a stretcher to an ambulance. He died 2 days later in a Mobile hospital.
We're also digging deeper into the more than 100 pages of police and witness statements presented to the grand jury, clearing the Gulfport police of the death of 15-year-old Jaheim McMillian. The documents outline the minutes happening leading up to the deadly shooting. 106 pages, each detailing the deadly encounter between Gulfport police and a 15-year-old. The report shows it all started with a road rage incident on Lorraine Road just before 2:30 on the afternoon of October 6th. 2 brothers are driving in a Chevy Volt when they pull up alongside a silver Kia Soul at a red light. The Chevy driver says 5 people inside the Kia stared him down, then flipped him off. According to the teen driving the Kia, he was upset because the Chevy driver cut them off. The pair of vehicles stopped at another red light. This time, the Chevy driver reports the rear right passenger in the Kia waving a gun at him. Later, teens in the Kia will tell police it's Jaheim McMillian in that seat. At 2:29 p.m., the other driver calls 911. He tells police he's being chased by the Kia and that the people inside are wearing camouflage ski masks. He sped through red lights to get away, according to the report. At 2:42 p.m., 2 Gulfport officers spot the Kia on Pass Road and follow it to the Family Dollar parking lot. The report and police video show 2 teens jump out of the car and run. One of them is McMillian. Police say both teens had guns in their hands. One teen runs around the side of the Family Dollar. He's later captured in the woods. In statements to police, he explains an officer tries to tase him while he's running away, adding he was, quote, surprised the officer didn't use a gun since he, too, had a gun. At the same time, another officer saw McMillian run from the Kia with a gun. As the teen ran back and forth in front of the store, the officer shouts, "Stop! Drop it!"
Stop it!
The officer said McMillian turned toward him. That's when he fired. One of the other teens inside the Kia told investigators he heard an officer say stop running before the gunshots. The teen driver told investigators he understood why the officer fired. He was quoted in the police report saying, "I can't just blame the officer. The boy had a gun, and he was facing the officer, so I understood why the officer shot." The officer who fired the deadly shot says he chose not to use a taser because he believed he was in immediate danger. After McMillian collapsed, the officer checked for additional weapons and then handcuffed McMillian. In a statement, he explained it's common police practice to handcuff individuals even injured who may have been involved in a crime.
As you've seen, some of the bullets fired by the officer hit the Family Dollar. The bullet holes were left in the windows. Police interviewed employees and customers inside. An employee said they heard popping noises, first thinking it might be fireworks, then dropped to the floor realizing it was gunshots. A grandmother shopping with 2 grandchildren heard the shots and thought a gunman was in the store. She hid with children. Statements by the other teens in the car with McMillian also provide important details, like where the teens got their hands on 3 pistols, 2 Glocks, and a Taurus handgun. According to those statements, McMillian and at least 1 other teen stole the guns from an SUV in a hotel parking lot. The owner of those guns, a visitor in town for cruising the coast that week, later told investigators he didn't realize the guns were gone until he returned home.
Video just released of 15-year-old Jaheim getting shot by Gulfport police. The whole thing about it was everybody was saying he was unarmed. All the people who seen it, the witnesses, they all lied because the video shows something different. But as you watch it, he was armed. So everybody who's saying he wasn't unarmed, he was armed. But he was trying to get away, though. He didn't pose a threat. But they released the video a couple days ago, so there you go. Wow.
36, shots fired, shots fired. We're at Family Dollar, shots fired. 8th Avenue.
Now we back with another crazy story, man, out of Gulfport, Mississippi, about a 15-year-old getting shot and killed by Gulfport Police Department, Jaheim. Now the whole situation surrounded the case was, you know, he was an unarmed black boy that they just shot and killed, shot in the head. You had everybody marching and all that. You had everybody talking about he was unarmed. That was the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? But video showed different of the whole situation. So, you know, video don't lie. They sat back for months and watched everybody make a fool of themselves, marching for Jaheim, when clearly in the video, he jumps out with a gun in his hand. Now, me personally, I still think that it was a injustice kill, because at the same time, it didn't look like he was trying to shoot the police officer. He was just really trying to get away. That's really all he wanted. That's all he was trying to do, to get away. But police felt like his life was in danger, so he let loose. You know what I'm saying? He missed the first two, but he was trying to do headshots all the time. The first two missed him. The third one hit him, and he kept shooting. So, of course, I still think that's an injustice kill, man. I mean, come on now. You didn't have to shoot that many times. He unloaded the clip. But at the end of the day, like a lot of people, you know, even witnesses, I don't know what they seen, but they seen whatever they seen wasn't true. They lied. It's like the Uber lady talking about she seen them come out the store. He never was in the store. He never was in Family Dollar. You know, he never was in there. They pulled up from a road beside Family Dollar. Gulfport was already getting calls about somebody else threatening them. That's how they originally got on to him, because somebody else said they waved guns at him. So obviously they was already looking to get into something. You know what I'm saying? You know, 5, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, you know, all them in the car. Then there's guns in the car, you know. Allegedly, now that's what they said. But as the video come out, you see two of them jump out with guns in their hand, straight up. Like, I don't believe they was going to shoot at the police or nothing like that. I don't believe they was just trying to get away. That's all they was trying to do. And neither of the teams knew that this was going to turn out the way it did. But like I said, at the end of the day, Gulfport Police Department, everybody around just was sitting back laughing at all the black folks and everybody who protesting, saying they killed an unarmed teenage black boy. You know, like I said, it's still unjustified kill. Like, y'all still killed him, and it was overkill if you ask me. But he did have a gun. You know, that's just what happened. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, still prayers to the family. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, the officer no charges were filed against him. It was like a righteous kill on their behalf, even though he was just trying to get away. Clearly, again, you know, we in our last days. If you ain't fighting against, you know, the stuff that's going on in the world, your community, you know, everything that people got to go through, you in their personal life to survive this time, you know, Then you adding on all this crime and everything else going on. It's just a crazy situation, man. But let me know what y'all think about this crazy story, man. Like I said, prayers goes out to the family, you know, and I think it should be overturned because he did overkill, you know. But at the end of the day, that's the way the officer felt. Who knows what he was thinking? Who knows? Like, you could have shot him in the leg or something. That's how I'd have looked at it. I'd just hit him in the leg a couple times if that was the case. But I wasn't trying to kill the little boy. I don't want to take his life away. We out. Bow.